Hey there, it's Tamara coming to you from southwestern Illinois. If this is your first time here, I'm a realtor, and today we're going to be talking about the mistakes first-time home sellers make. You know, we talk a lot about first-time home buyers, but today we're going to talk about being a first-time home seller. So let's say you bought this house 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and you've outgrown it, or you want to downsize. Being a first-time home seller can be very stressful. There's a lot to do. We're going to try to give you some information here to help you not make these mistakes. The first mistake first-time home sellers do is pricing their home too high. You know, we all believe that our thing is the best. That's just human nature. But, you know, the way the comps are calculated is very specific. It's based on the houses that have sold in your area that are comparable and within a specific radius. We don't want to hurt your feelings. We don't think that your house isn't awesome, because if we didn't think we could sell it, we wouldn't be there. So the right thing to do is listen to your agent and, you know, start where they think you really need to start. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you're just wasting everybody's time if you price it too high. The next thing we're going to talk about is not fixing everything on your honey-do list. So it tells people walking through, if they see a lot of little things that need to be fixed, you know, the screen door's hanging off and there's holes in the screen and there's, you know, damage on the cabinets in the kitchen, they're going to think this house is in rough shape and lowball their offer if it really even interests them. I've seen people walk away from houses because they smelled like a cat. I've seen people walk away because it smelled like a dog. I've seen people walk away because there were chickens in the backyard. So, you know, get that honey-do list, make that house presentable to strangers. So do that honey-do list, get all that stuff fixed. Don't give them a reason to write a lowball offer. The next one we're going to talk about is taking the first offer that comes along. We've had a crazy summer. The market was extremely hot, lots of buyers, very low inventory, which makes a seller's market. So jumping at the first offer that comes along might be a mistake. We've had houses sell before the yard sign, the for sale sign was put in the yard, and we couldn't even have an open house on the weekend because it sold on Monday. So jumping at the first offer could be a mistake. You may want to allow your house to be on the market for 3 to 5 days before looking at any offers. So if you have somebody send you an offer and it has an expiration time, usually the next day by morning or noon, reach out to those people, reach out to their agents. Your agent will reach out to their agent and tell them, hey, we've got a few offers. We're not going to look at them until Thursday. That's the thing to do. That way you have a few to look at. Your agent's going to go over each one of those with you and help you decide which one's the best offer. All right. The next thing we're going to talk about is, in the same vein, not answering those offers in a timely fashion. It's so stressful for the buyer. It's very stressful for the listing agent and the buying agent. It's just rude. So if you get multiple offers and you're going to take your time to choose which offer is the one, and you're going to sit on those offers past the expiration time that's on that contract, those contracts aren't even binding anymore anyway. Reach out to the other agents so that they can let their buyers know, hey, you're still in the game, but there's several offers and the seller wants to go over each offer very carefully to make sure they know which one is the best. Okay? So we've learned that in kindergarten. Don't be rude to people. The next thing we're going to talk about is taking an offer that you know is above market value. This is really just a waste of everyone's time. Because here's the deal. If you have a house that's listed for $350 and you get an offer for $400, that house is going to have to appraise at that. So when the appraiser comes to see the house, if he or she thinks it's only worth $350, you will either have to reduce the price of the house or cancel the sale and put the house back on the market. Your agent can help you determine which is the strongest offer, okay? The next mistake that first-time home sellers make, choosing a realtor who charges the least amount of money. So, here's the deal with this. Last week, something popped up on Zillow. One of my buyers called me, super excited. Oh my goodness, can we go see this house? I'm like, sure. We pull up to the house. There's not even a sign in the yard. So the listing agent basically, for a very, very minimal fee, will key in all your information into MLS, and that way it gets on to Zillow, and basically do nothing else. This house was dirty. The yard was dirt. Everything about this was just a nightmare. No realtor walked through this house and told these sellers, this is okay. That's part of the listing presentation, is giving the advice, telling you what needs to be done, the obvious stuff. And then going over all the paperwork and giving you the detailed plan of how they're going to market the house, all these things. That's what you're paying for. So it might sound like a good idea, or you're in a financial crunch. You've got to, walk away with something in your pocket. So you go for the cheapest realtor you find, or service, really. It's not even being a realtor if you're not doing any of these things that you do to sell a house. So I just want to say, use caution if you're going to use one of these services, because chances are at the end of the day, it's going to wind up costing you more money. The next thing we're going to talk about, the last thing actually we're going to talk about, is choosing an agent that doesn't do digital marketing. This is 2021. Postcards, open houses, newspaper ads, that's all old school stuff, and it really sold a lot of houses back in the day. But today's buyers are on social media. If your agent doesn't do digital media, then you're going to miss out on a lot of potential buyers, okay? So, and I'm not cutting anybody down. I'm a lady of a certain age. I've got a lot of colleagues that are my age or older, and I have a lot of colleagues that are really super savvy with marketing, digital marketing in particular. I'm not criticizing agents that are older. I'm just saying, if you have an agent that is not doing digital marketing and social media, it's a mistake, and it's a mistake that could cost you money at the end of the day. So remember, you get what you pay for, do your homework, and hire a digital marketing / video expert when it comes to selling your home. Have a great day.